How y'all doing? Hey, great to be here. I just got in from Columbus. I was jet setting this week.
Paid vacation.
Yeah, paid vacation. Out there with a bunch of AGC execs.
Wow.
And 2,000 different contractors, constructors from across the country. Pretty big thing.
Did they ask about me?
They did, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Do you realize, share this, by the way, share it. We want you to share it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize the big question when I walked in on the floor?
Tell me.
Where's Ben?
Really?
Yeah, these safety talks you're doing are out of this world. Where's Ben?
Well,
They
now I
want
feel
to know
bad
where
for
Ben was.
I feel bad for Sarah.
Yeah, I know. They didn't care about Sarah.
Oh, that's
Ben was the big conversation.
Yeah, that tends to be kind of the trend when I go places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of, you didn't even go places, and
That's
but
where
do
we're
you
at
know,
right now.
You know who they were really interested in?
Francis.
Francis.
Yeah.
Francis was a spotlight
He didn't
in this
go?
whole big thing. He was like the rainbow.
Why didn't he go?
I forgot him.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's not good.
I forgot Francis.
Yeah, that's bad.
He was in his bag in my room.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But along that line, did you notice this?
Oh, yeah. There's one on my desk today.
Milwaukee Red Cups.
Yeah, that's
not
nice.
just Luckies. In case we don't qualify in that Lucky's 100,000 person
Right.
views or
You already
whatever
have a
it
new
is,
sponsor?
I've got a new sponsor just in case.
I-
If Lucky's doesn't provide us with that Peterbilt,
Okay.
we could shift because Milwaukee has said
And get some fuel setups?
they'll give us some of those battery operated tools and stuff,
Yeah, I know they have a
and
couple
we could
of
do
those.
safety talks on Milwaukee tools.
I like the color of Makita more. So if Makita wants to send me a blue cup, that would be pretty cool.
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Makita, if you're listening,
Yeah.
blue cup,
Yeah.
Wobby, red cup.
Yeah.
I don't care whose name is on it.
I'll actually just take anything free that people have to send me.
How do you like the
I don't have a lot.
water sign? Big red team.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone out there says, shit, we had 4 of these and now we only have 3. And
Well,
little did
2.
they know it came home on the plane to Vermont.
They now only have 2 because I
Oh.
took one for this fountain and one
Oh,
for the other
I
fountain.
didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've outfitted us. Okay.
You stolen items, yeah.
The
Repurposed items.
one of the I had people. This was, I'm serious at this thing. This was just one of those abstract things while you're sitting back here, just hanging out at your desk.
No one bought me a plane ticket. No one bought me.
Not doing anything.
I wasn't offered the experience.
Trying to get ready for the next busy step in your life.
Getting married?
No,
Oh.
training next week.
Oh.
We got IMSHA next week. We've got a company safety day or 2.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of stuff going on next week, and I
Yeah.
understand you're kind of getting ready for it.
I got mountain biking coming up, and I got to get my dirt bike out of the basement and start that thing up. And
That's probably something we should have a safety talk on.
dirt biking.
Maybe.
Maybe I'll teach you guys how to do a top end on a YZ 125.
Why, if biking is so cool,
Yeah.
why did you steal my Kona and go for a bicycle ride
Because-
while I was gone?
My track's too wet. The other tracks aren't open. All the mountain bike trails are not open. And all of my personal trails are too wet to ride. So there's nothing to do but either ride the bike in the gym or take a real bike outside and ride on the road. So I decided to ride on the road.
And I'm glad you prefaced it that way.
Yeah.
A real bike,
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, it was a real bike. Yeah.
Mine.
I do like
A
the
real
fun.
bike.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Did you,
No, I did not wear those.
did you wear the riding glasses? Safety
No.
riding glasses?
No,
Huh?
I have a pair of Oakleys. I don't even know what they are. They're nice ones.
But speaking of safety,
Yeah, as we do.
as we do, one of the folks out there, ladder company,
Sure.
asked if we wouldn't talk about, and I didn't really know what they were saying, if we wouldn't talk about the 10 rungs of safety. 10 rungs! Imagine that!
That's cool. Like
Huh?
like a step ladder or something.
If a step ladder, if it's got 10 rungs,
Yeah. That was it's a play on.
Rules?
Yeah.
Rules versus rungs?
Yeah.
And they were telling me the first rule, and they sell ladders. And they were telling me the first rule of ladder safety out there.
Don't use one.
Don't use a ladder.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yep.
We should figure out a way to eliminate the risk out there first. If you don't use a ladder, you can't fall off it.
Yeah, I just drive around in a scissor lift all day.
Do you? Do you have an operator's card?
Yep.
Do you have things going?
Yep. This person's gonna talk to us.
No, you're gonna have to go out into the hall, but there are people out there. We're on video right now.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So don't use ladders,
Nope.
okay? Is first rule.
Our legal team will be reaching.
We're gonna have to sign her on.
Yeah, we're suing.
Okay. But if you do have to use
No,
ladders,
I mean, this goes with anything in construction, is you always try, same reason we say PPE is always the last resort, right? You always try to engineer out the danger that's part of that job. So if being on a ladder is our biggest exposure, why don't we take 10 minutes and figure out, is there another way we can reach that light bulb without having to use a ladder? Like, can I stack up 2 5-gallon buckets on the roof of my car, and then if I put
back my pickup truck in, that type of
But
stuff.
that's not a bad idea. You back the pickup truck in.
Then you got a big work platform.
You can stand right on the bed.
Go out and get my scissor lift.
Yeah, I mean, all of us should have at least a scissor lift, at least one scissor lift on retainer for any household job.
And then remember, try to only use ladders for short duration use.
Well, I get sore just like 3 turns into the light bulb, so
Yeah.
I'm not a long-term ladder user.
Remembering that ladders are not working platforms. They are really and should be used to get to that working platform or to access that higher elevation. Our time on a ladder should be minimal.
Well, a step ladder kind of is a working platform.
Not sure. Because you shouldn't really be on a ladder for more than 30 minutes at a time.
$1 million idea. Step ladder that has a fold out on either side. And so you can go up to the step ladder and then you push your fold outs out and then you can stand on, and it has guardrails built in. So you can stand on the little perch on top of the step ladder where you have built-in planks and guardrails.
Let me just...
That's a fucking good idea. Oh no, there's outriggers. You set up the outriggers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always use ladders on a stable surface. Don't use a 5-gallon can to level the ladder
or a book.
Put some
a piece of wood.
Yeah.
I don't do a lot of reading. So
Some 2x4s.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Strapping.
The surfaces have to be level and strong enough to hold the weight of not only the ladder, but the person on it and whatever it is they're carrying.
As my employer, you should be going over this with me before I start using ladders around here.
I am right now.
No, I mean,
I'm going to dock this. Could you sign this?
Yeah. I'll sign that when I get home for the weekend.
Remember, check the area and make sure it's safe.
Right.
Meaning no power lines. There's nobody coming in and out. You didn't set the ladder in front of a door.
Yeah, that one's pretty silly. Right in front of a porta potty, so they swing the door out and knock you over.
Someplace a black cat could walk in front of you.
That's true.
Right?
Maybe your leg is halfway sticking onto a sidewalk that people are walking down. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing that goes with any job we do. Just take that 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
Try to use barriers around the base of that ladder, keep other people from interfering with
like
you.
a controlled access zone?
You've used that line 2 or 3 times today?
Yeah.
You were into this controlled access thing?
Yeah, it's a big thing this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to start that.
What?
It's my new thing.
What's that?
Controlled access zones.
Where would you use one?
Well, a couple different areas you'd use one. If I was on scaffolding and I didn't feel like putting up a toe board, maybe I would just set up a controlled access zone below.
So you wouldn't drop things on people?
No, it's...
Do you have a habit of dropping shit down on people?
I don't really spend a lot of time on...
How would you feel if you
upper
dropped
levels.
something down on her?
Love. Drop love down. Yeah.
Secure your use the 4-to-1 rule, don't forget.
What's that rule?
4-to-1.
I actually don't know that rule.
4 foot high, 1 foot out. 4 foot high, 1 foot out.
Does a ladder do that automatically?
No, you have to do it. And I'll tell you the best way to do it.
Oh, you're talking like an extension ladder.
Yeah.
I was
Put your back against the wall
thinking a step
and
ladder.
put them out there. Put your extension ladder out, that far out to start with.
Yeah.
And that'll give you a good start.
Huh. See, I don't actually spend a lot of time on ladders. I think the
Then
last.
why did you choose to talk about ladders today?
Well, I know we do these talks not for me. We do them for our members. So I'm sure there's a lot of members out there who use ladders.
Yeah. How about securing it?
Well, it depends.
Make sure it's secure and stable before use, and that's a
I would make sure
That's
before
a
I go up
quandary.
something that it's secure.
okay. Some people find it best to secure it. Find it best to secure it by tying it back in.
Right, not a zip tie.
Okay, not a zip tie,
Probably some
probably a
nice
rope.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you know, before I started to use this ladder,
Right.
I always like to check it first.
See, that's
Make sure
something
that it's
I'm
in
sure.
safe condition.
I'm sure that gets skipped all the time because it's not like we have wooden ladders really anymore. So we're just going to assume that these composite ones are just safe all the time. But who knows if I backed over the ladder yesterday and was too embarrassed to tell anybody,
Yeah.
and there's a massive crack going down the side, and I just decided not to tell anybody.
And then not only inspect the ladder, but inspect its installation before you start to climb it. Right?
Like the steps? What do you mean?
Or how you got it leaning up there.
Oh,
Is it going to pull back?
You mean the setup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check its installation before.
Well, yeah, and
Inspect the ladder, check the
Well-
installation.
we've also got to be careful about how we store them too. It's not just how we're using them.
Correct. They got to be,
Technically, if I've got that somewhere in a storage room and it's leaned up against the wall, I should in some fashion have that secured so it can't fall on an employee.
now this one always throws me.
Tell me.
3 points of contact.
Yeah.
So most people infer points of contact as being hand, hand, foot, hand, foot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious. 'cause-
Forehead, hand.
Well, could you?
I don't know.
Or shoulder
Yeah.
and 2 feet, because I still got 3
Well,
points of contact.
what if I'm holding something but also touching it? Is that contact?
Like you got your red cup in your hand
Yeah.
from Milwaukee.
No, I got
and
a-
you got
I got a grease
finger,
gun. Yeah.
finger wrapped around the
Yeah.
rail.
Yeah. Well, I used to teach boating, and we always did 3 points of contact when you're in the rowboat.
And then, of course, you always got to remember not to use a single
Oh.
ladder
Just
for anything greater than 30 feet. You should always be using an extension ladder at that point, right? Mm-hmm. So, always, again, check your work area, inspect your installation, check your ladder, whatnot. They handed me a card that said, here are 10 rungs of safety
wow.
for ladders.
You must have been quite the celebrity there.
Pretty,
You got yeah.
Red
I got one
top.
too, so it makes me feel that maybe you took them and they were giving them away for free.
okay. There are 10 rungs.
Yep.
Choose the right ladder.
Yep.
Ensure it's suitable
you're
for
not
what you're
using
doing.
a step ladder to access an upper level.
Correct. Inspect the ladder
Yes.
before accessing.
Because a guy like me could ran it over and been too nervous to say anything about it.
And then set it up on a stable surface.
Correct.
Right? Don't do this stuff. Mm-hmm. Maintain 3 points of contact. A shoulder is not part of that
Sure,
3
'cause
points.
I can't
and
grab
they
onto
should
it.
be secure. You shouldn't have other things in your hands while you're trying to do this.
Yeah, I would say so. This one I was the one I was cringing about because we just saw what happened to that guy.
Facing the ladder.
Yeah.
Always face the ladder.
We just had one where a gentleman was coming down a ladder with his back to the steps.
Well,
Fell.
then you would have your 2 feet and your ass.
Well, his leg got stuck in the rungs and
Wasn't pretty.
it took the knee out pretty good.
Yeah. Avoid leaning or reaching. Always keep your belt buckle between the rails. Don't
Yeah.
go over your belt buckle on the side.
Which is, yeah.
Unless, of course, you have your new fancy built-in thing that you're making and designing. Keep the area surrounding.
If any companies want to invest in that, let me know.
Keep the area surrounding clear, right? Identified, so we don't have the black cat walking between.
How about me carrying 3 sheets of drywall and knocking you over?
Knocking me.
Yeah.
And then proper footwear.
Probably not like flip-flops that are wet.
Or sneakers that could be wet and slide off the
right,
rails.
those sneakers are pretty slippery too.
Yeah. And don't overload. Know the capacity of the ladder.
The label should still be on the ladder.
And you know, above all,
What? Have fun?
follow the manufacturer's instructions.
How many times have you looked at the manufacturer instructions for a ladder?
Follow the manufacturer's instructions.
Okay.
Okay?
Which probably says basically what we just talked about.
So, great insight on ladders, and we thank all those folks out there at AGC National, especially that that guy from California.
What is
You know,
it? Did he?
AGC National.
So now you're giving free.
Guy from California.
Now you're giving free
No,
shout
I
outs.
didn't mention his name.
Okay.
Notice that? We
I
didn't
charge.
say his name
We
because I
charge
knew
for
you'd
shout
get
outs.
into that.
Premium
You want to
vendors.
try to figure out a contract element. I had to let him in.
Premium members will get a shout out at the end of every video,
Okay.
and they will also get early access to each video we post. No, it's just beep.
Hey guys, great seeing you. Those people out there on the national level that are following us, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Share it with your friends, your companies, whatnot. Seriously, we've got this big thing pushed for that Peterbilt. If we don't make the Peterbilt,
Yeah.
we got Milwaukee on hand.
That's true. And
Okay.
Makita, let me know.
Makita.
Anyone else who wants to sponsor me or send me stuff, also let me know.
And then everybody
And,
thinks every time I've said it's been your girlfriend.
Right.
It just so happens I know a up in Maine.
Yeah.
That is with AGC Maine.
Oh,
that
really?
I'm actually referencing. I wasn't referencing your girlfriend.
Yeah. Got me.
And more than one person has the name.
Hopefully she'll just bleep all that out.
Yeah, we all set?
Yeah, I mean, I think we covered really the pertinent stuff. Asked for money and
Okay.
what else can
I
I
was
really do?
listening to Dale Earnhardt Jr. on his
That's what I do in my
podcast.
That's what I. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He advertises T-shirts and all this
they
other
have
stuff.
people
You
who
go to the
sponsor
Dale
them.
Earnhardt Jr. website. You can buy a T-shirt or any of that. We don't have that yet. Ed Lesko has not set us up any sort of
We
system.
kind of lost contact with him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
You think he's letting us down?
Well, we gave him the $5,000, and then I think he went to Florida.
Yeah, he kind of took off.
We probably should have waited to pay him.
You think you pay people after the job?
Yeah.
Not before?
I think we gotta.
We're gonna have to learn this.
Yeah,
business
this is
shit.
not good for us. Yeah, but luckily Missy's still here. So
Yeah.
she's gonna cut this all out.
Thank y'all. Have a good day, and great seeing all of you out there at the big jet-setting city of Cleveland. No, Columbus.
Yeah, you can't even.
Maybe
get
that
the
was
city
my
right.
problem. I went to the wrong
Yeah,
place.
and you went to the totally
I
wrong
went to the wrong
convention.
place. No wonder I didn't see anybody.
No.
Oh my
And you were
God.
just- yeah.
And all the stuff I brought back says ABC on it. I wonder what the
Yeah,
hell
that
happened.
needs to get cut out.
Yeah, beep that.
No, you cut that out, Missy. Missy, actually cut that out.
Beep that.
No.
Thank y'all. Have a good day. Bye now. Oh, hold on though. We forgot.
Okay. What? What did we forget?
Who are you?
I'm Ben.
Richard. And I want you to remember, we're here for you. If there's anything we can do or you have thoughts on how we should be doing this better,
Email Marsha.
Email Marcia. She'll send it to Debbie. Debbie will send it to Ben. Ben will talk to me about it, and we'll get Sarah to decide what we're doing.
Yeah.
But if you want to cut out half of that, just
Yeah.
send it to Ben,
Yeah.
B-E-N, at agcvt.org. Thank you all again. Have a good day. Have a safe week.